So I thought you said we were going scuba diving today. All I see out the window is corn.
Well, we're going to a small quarry that is surrounded by all this corn.
Quarry diving? Isn't that cold water diving?
Yeah, it is, unfortunately.
All right, well today, yeah, we're headed to Haigh Quarry here in Kankakee, Illinois, just about an hour south of the city. We are gonna talk in this video all about planning our dive here and dry suit diving. Isn't that what we're up to?
Yeah, it is. Today we're gonna do some training dives at Haigh Quarry for dry suits.
All right, well, stick with us through the video here because, I don't know, we're getting in the cold water.
Let's go.
Alright, so let's do a little bit of a tour of the area and the facilities here, which are pretty fantastic. It's definitely a great dive site for training purposes and for just, you know, checking some things out down there. So the first thing you got to do is what, Evan?
You gotta head up over to the office to get yourself signed in and check in, and then you can come down to the parking lot to park and just get your gear set up.
Yep, so now we're standing here in the picnic area. There is a nice wide open grass field, and then there's some other space over there as well to set all your gear up. You can bring some tents on the weekends. I think this place is pretty hopping. We're here on the weekdays. It's pretty quiet, but yeah. I think I think they are definitely packed to capacity on the weekends. All right, let's go take a look over here at the quarry. So we're in front of one of the dive platforms out here, and we're going to again use the picnic area behind us to get our gear all set up and then use this platform for entry into the quarry itself. But Evan, we've got a ton of gear to get together. Where did we get our gear?
We got our gear from Dive Right and Scuba with Tim.
Yeah, so our good friend Tim, working with Dive Right and Scuba now in Plainfield, Illinois, really hooked us up here. So we got all of our tanks and our weights there. I also bought a dry suit. We had a custom fit. It took 6 months to make the Santi dry suit. We're just gonna blame 2020 for all that, yeah. That 6 month wait time. But got it today, tried it on yesterday in the shop. It fits like a glove. It's absolutely perfect. I'm really looking forward to getting in the water with this dry suit, trying it out and going from there. Now you've got one of the rentals, right?
Yeah, just one of the rentals, but it fits perfectly and it should work out fine. Yeah,
they have a really big selection of rental dry suits because primarily around here, it's all dry suit diving.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably get in here with a 7 mil or maybe a 5 and not go down to the thermoclines that are down there.
But it's still too cold for that.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, forget that. So we're just dry suiting it today with some good undergarments. Hey guys, did you know we design custom rash guards that are unique to the dive sites and dive shops that we visit? If you're at Haigh Quarry, make sure to stop in their shop at the office and check out our Haigh Quarry rash guards. Or if you're at Dive Right and Scuba, ask about the rash guards we've designed exclusively for them. Okay, now back to our dive. Today our dive plan has us, well, what are we diving? What's our dive plan today?
Well, today we're just going to go out to one of the pink buoys, which signify the training platforms that are underwater, which are a good spot to kneel and do some skills, and we're going to stop at a few of those and do some of those skills.
Yep. So we've got our dry suit skills to knock out, because for me it's been 30 years or 25 years, somewhere in there, a number of years since I've actually dove with a dry suit. Now come on, I know it all. Isn't that good enough?
No, you need a refresher for that.
Are you seriously, really? It's been 25 years. I took the course before. I've got dozens of dives with a dry suit. I can do this. No. Training? All right, fine. Now it's your first time in a dry suit, yeah?
Yes.
So you definitely have to get trained.
Yes.
All right, I guess I will too, because it makes sense.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, dive planning, back to our dive plan. Our dive plan is the platforms for training, which we probably won't film a lot of that because we're focused on our training and safety first, right? So we're training and not filming, but then we're going back in for a dive. Our dive plan for that is to hit a couple of spots out here, right? So we are going to head out, I think there's this white buoy right out here, and there's like a bread truck or a mail truck or some kind of truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then where are we headed from there?
Well, we're gonna head to one of the other 2 white buoys where there is a older fire truck.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to diving on the fire truck. I think there's also an airplane fuselage out here. There is an old World War II kind of like army duck that was, you know, driven on land and then on water, and they submerged it out here. I'm not sure we're gonna make that, but it's out here. It's pretty cool. But then on our way in, we're gonna hit a lot of the shallow water and check out some fish.
Yeah, there have been a lot of cool freshwater fish hanging out there. They've seen a lot more this time than they have before.
Yeah, so it seems like a good year. All right, so that's our dive plan. Do some training. We're actually going to get in it second time, do a little bit of a tour, check out some of the stuff down there, then head up, because they've got this nice little shallow water exit here. It's like a boat ramp, right? That we can use just to kind of walk straight out of the water. So we can do our stride jump in on the dive platform and do our exit right over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Guess that's it. Let's go. Our primary goal for increasing our diving skills with dry suit training is to, in the short term, head out to Lake Michigan and Lake Huron and dive the shipwrecks of the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are a shipwreck time capsule. The wrecks that lay deep at the bottom of the Great Lakes are so well preserved by the fresh, cold, near sterile water that it's like swimming through history. Many of the Great Lakes shipwrecks, even the old wooden sailing ships that sank as far back as the mid-1800s, are so well preserved that they look as if they could rise to the surface and sail again. If you haven't seen our videos on diving shipwrecks in the Great Lakes, make sure to check out our playlist at the end of this video. As we descend down, the water temperature plummets with us, and at only 40 feet or 12 meters, it turns a chilly 48 degrees Fahrenheit or 9 Celsius. Water conducts heat 20 times faster than air, which means that our core body temperature would drop quickly if we didn't have a thick undergarment layer protecting us and the dry suit over the top, keeping everything from getting wet. Our dry suits are great, but really all they are doing is buying us time by delaying how long it takes for us to get cold. The goal is for us to prolong the effects of the cold to the point where we've completed our dive before the cold water truly grips us. Hypothermia, which is a drop in the core body temperature, is a real concern when diving in water this cold. Now, most dives end before hypothermia sets in, but even mild hypothermia is a real concern. We've reached the back of the van and decide to head out and find the fire truck, which is somewhere in the distance. As our dive continues and our bottom time increases, we keep an eye on each other for signs of hypothermia, such as uncontrolled shivering, confusion, and numbness. If not caught, hypothermia can lead to impaired decision-making and ultimately accidents, which is why it's important to seek out the training you need for the type of diving you're looking to do. Even as experienced divers, we recognize things can go wrong, and the best way to be prepared is to make sure you're always diving within the limits of your training, comfort, and experience. Oh, and always remember step 1, don't panic. Locating the ascent line attached to the fire truck, we head up to the surface, venting our dry suits of the expanding air as we go so as not to accelerate our ascent. Our next objective is to leave the van and fire truck behind and surface swim over to the shallow water exit and check out a few things there. Here, in only a few feet of water, there's a bunch of fish and some unexpected structures to check out. Haigh Quarry, awesome place for some training dives. We had an amazing day. Tim was fantastic and really took care of us with Dive Right In Scuba as well. Evan, are we ready for the Great Lakes?
Yeah, I think I am. It sounds fun.
I guess I am too.
Yeah.
If you could heat them up during the next day or so, that would be great.
Yeah, I wish.
All right. Cool, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that subscribe button so that you never miss a dive, and we will see you next time.
Underwater.
There you go.